The European Union says it can impose restriction visa implementation rules on Nigeria. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Is this your first time? Thanks for stopping by. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. Don't fail to share this video with your friends and families. Hit that like button, comment on our videos. I want to thank all those that have subscribed to this channel for your support. I want us to make it our point of duty to make sure that this channel hits 10,000 subscribers this year. Come on, let's go there. This came from the European Union spokesperson, Foreign Affairs and the Security Policy, Ms Virginie Battu-Henriksson. She said that the European Union declared Nigerians among the top 10 illegal immigrants in Europe. But before we get into the video, I remember in my last video about how the visa restriction imposed on Nigeria by the United States will affect Nigerians more. I said that maybe some people misunderstood me or some people felt I was joking in that video. But I also remember vividly that I said since the United States has started banning Nigerians from securing immigration visas to their country, that other countries, other continents will follow suit. And this is what has just started happening now. After the United States banned Nigeria from securing immigration visas to the US, the EU has also come out to say that they may implement a visa restriction, no matter how they spoke the English, on Nigeria. Now, I remember that former US President Bill Clinton said that it depends on what is meant at that particular time. So, this woman was asked if Nigeria will be receiving the American treatment. She said no, only if Nigeria played their part well, that there won't be any restrictions. But if Nigeria fails to play their part well, that means there may be that these restrictions may be implemented strictly on Nigerians. Now let's look at it this other way. Why is it that it's only Nigeria that these things are happening to? We have other West African countries or other African countries that are moving to these countries and continents. It's not only Nigerians that are illegal immigrants, both in US, America, in Britain, because Britain is out of the EU, in Britain, in Australia and other parts of the world. Nigerians are over there, and other nationals from Africa are also illegal immigrants in these countries and continents. So the EU has declared Nigerians among the top 10 illegal immigrants in Europe. If Nigeria fails to do what is demanded of them by the EU, which means this visa restriction will be imposed on Nigeria. And don't forget that we are still battling with that of the US. The federal government has set up a committee trying to see how they can meet up the requirements of the United States, which is on security, data compilation. Nigeria has no database. So now that the EU has come out to say theirs, that they are going to also implement this or impose this visa restriction on Nigeria, because the Nigerian criminal network is still active in Europe, which comprises of human trafficking, according to them, mostly on women. If you read in between the lines of this statement, of this comment that this EU spokesperson made, that if Nigeria fails to play its part, and what is the part of Nigeria here? To return her citizens that are staying illegally in the European Union, all these countries that make up the European Union, that if Nigerian government fails to repatriate their citizens from these countries and also make arrangements to reintegrate them, readmit them into the system of Nigeria, which means they will be left with no other option than to implement or impose this visa restriction on Nigerians. What do you understand from this statement? It means that there may be massive deportation of Nigerians from the European Union. That's what it means. That if Nigeria agrees, because She said that they have been having this meeting since 2016. They've been having meeting with Nigerian government seeking how to come to a landing level, to reach an agreement, to find solution, lasting solution to the problems of illegal immigration, going through the route, running through the desert and passing through the Mediterranean Sea to Europe. The talks are on to see if they can have an agreement. So if they reach this agreement between the EU and the Nigerian government, that means anywhere they see any Nigerian national without a valid document in Europe, that person will be sent back to Nigeria. And the Nigerian government are always willing, with their arms open, to receive you at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport and throw you back to the streets. This is the agreement the EU wants to reach with the Nigerian government. So if Nigerian government accepts, agrees to play their part, which means there may be massive deportation of Nigerians back to Nigeria. So like I said earlier, when she was asked if Nigeria will be given the American treatment, she said that if Nigerian government agrees to play their part, that this restriction will not be imposed. But if the Nigerian government fails to meet certain criteria that they have stipulated for Nigeria to meet, that the EU may put in place a strict measures for Nigerian citizens wanting to come to the European Union in future. She said Nigeria needs to adapt the rules on processing short-stay visa applications, which also will take a long process. And this long process comes with many other things. One is data verification. Your identity must be verified. That is number one. There is this publication I saw about their new requirements if you want to come to the EU. You must have a valid health insurance that covers all the Schengen countries. All the Schengen countries. The European Union, you must have a valid health insurance that will cover you in all the areas of Europe that you visit. And the minimum amount that this insurance must carry, the minimum, I wonder what they are thinking. The minimum will be 30,000 euros. 30,000 euros. Where are you going to find this amount of money as your health insurance alone? Not to talk of your accommodation, other logistics. So that's the minimum of about 30,000 euros. This is a wake-up call for our dear nation and our people. If you are thinking of traveling to Europe now, because these measures took effect from the 2nd of February this year, 2020, it has started. It's not as if maybe like they are proposing this for the future. It has started. If you're making plans to come to Europe, make sure you have 30,000 euros as your health insurance. I know that lots of things happen in our country. You know, some people say that there is nothing impossible. Okay, if there is nothing impossible, make sure you have an evidence which shows that you have 30,000 euros as your health insurance before you start applying for a visa to any of these European countries. And also meeting the requirement of verifying your information, identity verification, and being able to accept and adapt to that short-term stay visa, because they are not willing anymore to give you a long-term stay visa. What they want is if you're being given 6 months, 2 months, 3 months as the case may be, before the expiration of your stay, you're back to Nigeria. You can now seek for a renewal of your visa. That's what they want. They don't want you to come to Europe anymore and relax with an invalid document. So that's what the European Union is saying to Nigeria and Nigerians and our government. So if our government agrees to play ball, if you have anyone who is staying in Europe illegally, means that be expecting him or her anytime soon. Anything can happen. That's what they are saying, because if Nigeria refuses, which means visa restriction will be imposed on Nigeria. So for them to avoid what the United States has done to Nigeria already, they have to agree to the terms of the European Union. That's what it means. And agreeing to the terms of the European Union is to absorb their citizens who may be returned from Europe to Nigeria. If Nigeria agrees to admit them, because readmission is accepting your citizens, readmit your citizens, your nationals who are living in Europe illegally. So if Nigeria agrees to accept them back into the country and integrate them in the society, that means there won't be any visa restriction imposed on Nigeria. But if they fail, there's something I want to add here quickly. It's about the United Kingdom that has just left the European Union. Now, they have started bringing out their own modalities, procedures, the strategies on how to deal with immigration and skilled workers that are coming to the United Kingdom seeking for jobs. So one of them is that you must possess a valid contract and meet a certain requirement for you to be accepted, to be admitted into the United Kingdom. And this will commence immediately they leave the European bloc completely by the end of this year. So they said, let me read from here, from the information. People who want to live and work in the UK will need to gain 70 points to be eligible to apply for visa. You must be eligible to apply for visa first with 70 points. The points will be awarded for key requirements like being able to speak English to a certain level for you to be offered a job from an approved employer and meeting a minimum salary threshold. Have it in mind that you're not going there to pack money. Top priority will be given to those with highest skills and the greatest talents like scientists, engineers and academics who may not need a job offer to be allowed in. Other points will be awarded for certain qualifications if there is a shortage in a particular occupation. For example, if they are lacking carpenters and you are a carpenter, you will be allowed into the UK if there are shortage of carpenters in the United Kingdom. They also said that we are changing our immigration policy, one that it fits the purpose of our economy that is based on skills. This is not about refugees and asylum and people that have been persecuted around the world. We must differentiate between the two. In other words, the United Kingdom that just left the European Union is set to work on their economy, which is based on skilled works. So if you are a skilled worker, you are allowed to come into the United Kingdom. But hear what they said, that it fits their economy, which is based on skills, that it's not about refugees and asylum and the people that are being persecuted in their countries all over the world. So if you go to the UK to seek asylum and tell them, some people came into my house, they burned down everywhere, they killed my parents, I'm the only one left, I found my way to the United Kingdom, which means they will not accept you. So this is for those moved to these places with fabricated sentences and statements called lies, for them to be able to secure refugee status or asylum. Priority is being given to scientists, engineers, and academics. So if you are on this level, you have no problem, except if you find a job before moving to the UK, and that job must come from a government-approved employer, and you'll be willing to accept the minimum salary threshold because they have to give preference to their people. I want us to, think about all these things critically. Everything boils down to putting our houses, our homes in order. Putting our houses and our homes in order means make the system of Nigeria functional again. That's what it means. That's what I'm saying. Because if our system is not working, we Nigerians are the people that will suffer this to eternity. I've not seen any sign of changes in our country, Nigeria, be it in the economy, infrastructure, what have you. The lives of Nigerians keep going down. Instead of appreciating, it depreciates per second. So this is a wake-up call for the government. Those in power should stand up and defend the citizens of Nigeria. It's not when you are sick, you travel to the UK, you have headache, you go to America. None of your citizens can be captured in a central database in case something goes wrong. Nigeria cannot say this is the number of citizens we have exactly in Nigeria today. It's a shame. Abroad, if a baby is born now, that child's information is already in the system. How many children are being born in Nigeria on a daily basis? We have no information about them. There is no place where their data is being captured. That's why we are having identification problem in Nigeria. So if Nigerian government, as they are saying that they are having said, how can you be talking about setting up a committee? Someone said that they were blindsided. Blindsided by who? The US government gave this notice since March last year, 2019, we are in 2020, nearly 1 year. They gave this information and nothing was done. And now they are running from pillar to post. This is embarrassing. It is embarrassing to our great nation. A nation that when you mention her name in the past, other African countries will shiver. Look at Ghana. Flight will depart the United Kingdom. Instead of landing in Nigeria, they will divert Nigerian citizens to Ghana. Ghana has taken over economically and otherwise. In infrastructure, Ghana. So it's a wake-up call to our dear nation and her leaders to do something urgently to address these issues that international community is now telling us to put our house together. So it's time for us to do the needful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you have not, and turn on the bell notification. Share our videos. Tell your friends and family, come on, subscribe to this channel. Let us grow together. Please hit that like button. Comment in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love. Cheers.